Join the movement of self-discovery and acceptance. This is where we strive for more satisfaction, success, and peace while eliminating doubt, frustration, and bitterness. Come along with me as we explore human design with real-life examples and permission to love yourself better. Are you ready to go? Hello, hello, hello. In this episode, let's talk more in depth about the Manifestor energy type. If you're here to learn more about your friends, coworkers, or children, then I am so excited that you're willing to learn more about their energy and honoring their needs. For the first part of the episode, I'm going to be addressing manifestors directly, and the second half will be based on how to interact with the manifestors in your life. So, what makes you a manifestor? In your body graph, you'll notice you don't have a defined sacral center. This is the center second from the bottom, just above the root. It's where our life force energy lives, and if it's defined, you're automatically a generator or manifesting generator. Manifestors will also have one or more motors connected to their throat. This means that there's at least one channel that's defined or filled in that connects the throat to the will center, or the emotional solar plexus, and or the root center. Because this motor is connected directly or indirectly to the throat, it allows you the ability to initiate and act independently. In fact, if life were a game of baseball, manifestors would be the pitchers. You get the game started. So manifestors have an undefined sacral center and a motor connected to the throat. You only make up about 9% of the population, and you are truly here to make an impact on others by initiating and informing. So let's talk about initiating for a second. When you first learned about human design, you might have been a little confused when you heard that there was an energy type called manifestors. Well, at least I was. It made me think, wait a minute. Do you mean to tell me that only one type of energy can manifest things into reality? And only 9% of the population can do this? To much relief, I've learned that my initial thoughts weren't quite accurate, and every energy type can manifest in the way that we hear people talk about it on social media. Like when they say, you can manifest your dream life, or manifest the money of your dreams. Manifesting is different from the manifestor energy type, and we'll talk more about that as we explore each of the types more specifically. Along these lines of manifesting, manifestors do have the ability to initiate things into action. And many times when you get a creative idea and present it to others, people are usually apt to move forward with making it happen. Have you ever noticed this? Sometimes you will get this great idea, set it into motion, and then run out of energy to see it through. Do not worry, this is actually quite normal. You're not meant to finish all the things. You get the idea started so that others, primarily generators, can take over and see the project through to completion. Take this pressure off yourself of feeling like you can't finish what you start, because your energy type is literally not intended to be in the weeds with all of the doers. You might find yourself being more comfortable as the big idea person or managing things from a high level. So part of this initiating comes from manifestors having access to this internal creative flow that's connected to the universe. This means that inspiration will strike, sometimes out of nowhere, and you will feel this immediate urge to act on it. However, you need to do a few things first. Manifestors need to check in with their authority to know if the idea is right for them and to determine if you have the emotional, physical, and energetic resources to enter into the creative flow that will come next. Your authority could be emotional, splenic, or ego authority. There's an overview of these in an earlier episode, and we'll do a deep dive on them after we cover the energy types. After you determine if you are going to move forward with your idea, then you need to inform others of what you're about to jump into. Because of the way that all of this happens for manifestors, many times it's unnatural for you to stop and inform others of your intentions. However, it's imperative that you do, and you'll run the risk of being interrupted from this creative flow and cause you to feel anger. Anger is the sign for a manifestor that you're out of alignment. So it's important that all manifestors practice informing the people that may be affected by your actions, as well as trying to surround yourself with people that understand how your energy works. This creative flow, along with the manifestor's ability to initiate, makes you a powerful energy type. You might have even felt misunderstood throughout your life because people didn't know what to do with your big energetic aura. Don't let them keep you small. We need you to step into your power. Each manifestor has their own unique, powerful abilities, and we need you to initiate the kind of change that's needed in this world by inspiring others into action. The best thing a manifestor can do is to begin to understand their power and not shy away from it. Instead, become masterful over it and learn how your energy affects others. Now, we've already mentioned that anger can show up when someone interrupts your creative flow, which is why it's important to inform people of your intentions. Anger can also mean you're making too many compromises. This might be because you're not allowing yourself to live in your full power, or maybe you haven't explored what your true power is, and instead, you just get stuck in the anger of knowing there's more for you in this life, but not sure how to obtain it. If this is you, schedule a one-on-one session with me, and I can lead you to a path of fulfillment. For some of you, the word anger might not resonate with you at first. I will challenge you to go ask your family members if they would connect anger with your personality at times. From my experience, when manifestors don't feel like they resonate with the word angry, 9 times out of 10, their family members will say that they see forms of anger in them at times. This even happened with my mom when my sister and I were chatting with her. When my mom found out that anger was the feeling she would experience when she was out of alignment, she dismissed it as if she didn't get angry very often, if ever. But then my sister and I looked at each other and started laughing. We explained that we saw her anger toward situations that annoyed her, or when my dad didn't let her know he was going somewhere. It wasn't the same kind of severe anger that she had thought about first. But when we gave her examples of times that we saw this in her, she agreed. I don't want you to think that my mom is an angry person. In fact, she's probably one of the sweetest people I know, which I guess is why I think it felt like this was a good example. For my mom, anger looks a little more like annoyance, I think. It's okay for you to redefine anger in a way that feels more fitting to how you feel in those moments where your creative flow is interrupted. The emotion you're looking for in your daily life, however, is peace. When you're feeling peace or peaceful, then you are in alignment with your energy. When you feel peace around a decision you've made, then it's the correct decision for you. Pay attention to when it shows up in your life so that you will notice it more and more, which will ultimately bring more to you. Now, if you're listening to this and in a leadership position with a manifestor on your team, you'll want to consider some of these ideas for working with them. They may need downtime after a big launch or event. Manifestors do not have consistent access to life force energy and need time to recharge their batteries. They borrow energy from others. When manifestors work with generators, it's important you remember that they are taking in and amplifying the generator's sacral energy that helps them go, go, go throughout the day. This can be exhausting for the manifestor and can cause productivity issues and certainly burnout. To avoid this, try providing a space where they can be by themselves and discharge or let go of some of the energy they've absorbed from others in the office. Try not to micromanage. Manifestors are very independent people. They don't do well with being micromanaged. Work on feeling comfortable with giving them the specific outcomes you're looking for, along with a check-in date. Then let them manage their own time. Informing is important. Manifestors need to inform others of their creative flow or of the action they're about to take. But it's equally important that we inform them of our intentions as well. As a leader, including your Manifestor employees in a planning meeting can be helpful for them, or making sure to send out the agenda ahead of time so that they are informed will make them feel more aligned with their energy as well. Drive and work ethic. As a generator, I used to be critical of how much someone got done during the day, especially if everything they did added up to what I did in the first 30 minutes of my own day. Then I found human design and have developed more grace for other energy types. If you too are a generator, I'm glad you're listening to this because it's important for us to realize that other energy types need time to rest and recharge. This doesn't mean that we don't need rest, but it does mean that your Manifestor employees may have different needs around managing their time and what their workday looks like. They will be incredibly thankful and much, much more productive when you're able to honor their energy in these ways. For those of you that have friends or family members that are manifestors, here are a couple of things for you to consider when you're spending time together. They need to follow their flow. As I said earlier, manifestors have a need to follow their creative ideas from the universe. Even if their idea seems crazy or you already know the outcome of it probably won't be fruitful, it's good if you step out of the way and show your support in letting them follow through with their intentions. As long as they're not dangerous, of course. Sometimes standing back and letting your child or friend paint rocks with watercolors, even though you know the results won't be what they are expecting, it's important for the manifestor to practice trusting in their flow. If it's a situation that you feel really strongly about helping them with, try saying something like, I have some experience with what you're working on if you're interested. They don't need anyone. Manifestors generally enjoy being around people, but don't need anyone else to help them with anything. They are very independent and sometimes solo people. Because of this, cherish the time they spend with you because it's because they want to. Open-ended statements. Instead of asking your manifestor friend to choose one of these 3 places to go for dinner tonight, throw out an open-ended statement like, I wonder what your thoughts are about dinner tonight. Don't judge. Manifestors are here to initiate us into action. They are not intended to hold a traditional job in the sense of what we think of a job. They are here to chart their own path. It's important not to judge anyone, but especially the manifestor, as their journey will most likely be very different from yours. All right, let's highlight a few of the main takeaways for you today. Be on the lookout for peace in your life and how it shows up. Encourage your friends and family to give you open-ended statements instead of specific questions. Inform those that may be impacted by your actions and ask them to do the same. Trust in your own timing. Initiate others into greatness. All right, until next time, happy exploring. I'm so glad to connect with you today. Please follow the show, forward it to a friend, and leave a review. Send me an email with how human design has changed your life, and I might feature you on the show. Until we meet again, don't forget to love yourself better.